Hey everybody, welcome back to DLD Drum School. This is Tom, and in this lesson we're going to look at how to really level up our drum fills from basic rhythm shapes into some more complex and integrated shapes that's really going to add some variety and spice to your performances. So let me give you a quick demonstration of the type of thing that we're aiming for. I'm just going to play the backing track just for 2 bars. Now you may well be looking at that and thinking, crikey, that is just too much, that's out of my level, but it's not. And we're going to break this down in a moment and I'm going to show you just how you can achieve that type of thing for yourself. So let's get into this. And how does this work? Well, what we're going to do is introduce what I call our 6 most common rhythm shapes. A rhythm shape is just a shape of a rhythm that we're going to play on each beat. So on the screen you can see our 6 most common rhythm shapes. We're going to break these down one at a time. The first one is super simple. It's single beat crotchets, and remember how we've said how important the mouth is, so we're going to use the mouth to verbalize each one of these rhythms. So 4 beats in the bar, let's assume, and it's literally just 1, 2, 3, 4 single beat crotchets. Just think of fractions. This divides out now into 2 halves, which splits into 2 quavers, sometimes called 8th notes. Now we're going to split it again. Those 2 halves are going to split into 4 quarters. These are called semiquavers, sometimes called 16th notes. And the word we're going to use for this rhythm shape is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. And all I'm doing is going 4, 4, 4, 4 around the kit. So the way that we're going to introduce this new rhythm shape number 4, it's to take the 4 semiquavers, the Coca-Cola, and all we're going to do is exactly the same, but we're going to miss out the 4th one. Now it's really important that we go through the movement of hitting the 4th one, right, left, miss with the left, to make sure that it keeps us handed in the original orientation. So we're going to use the word miss. So if I do all 4 semiquavers, I would say right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. I'm now going to do exactly the same movement, but I'm going to come short on the 4th one and not actually hit the drum. I'm going to say the word miss. So right, left, right, miss. And by saying the word miss, I'm telling my body what to do. Right, left, right, miss. We'll do 4 of those in a row. So you can see in the one that I'm missing, the 4th semiquaver, it's there. It's important that it's there and that we feel it, but we don't actually hit the drum. So I want you to use the word lemonade, okay? So I'm going to do exactly the same, 4 in a row. Lemonade. And notice again how I'm making a point of moving that 4th semiquaver, but not actually making contact. So now that you're used to the lemonades, it's the first 3 of the 4 semiquavers of the Coca-Cola. I'm going to introduce you now to another variety. Instead of switching off the 4th semiquaver, we're going to switch off the 2nd semiquaver. Now the sticking pattern again is exactly the same. It's right, left, right, left. And in this case, we're going to miss out the 2nd one. So remember how we use the word miss for when we don't make contact. We're still going right, left, right, left. When we say the word miss, we move, but we don't contact the drum. So it's right, miss, right, left. Right, miss, right, left. So I still go through the motion with that left hand, but I don't hit the drum. And if anybody was watching this video with no sound, it would look as I was hitting all 4. But you can hear and you can see I'm actually not quite making contact with the drum when I'm saying in my head the word miss. And for this one, again, different people have different words for these same rhythm shapes. The one that I like to use is strawberry. The point is that the first one is a longer syllable. Strawberry. Bam, bam, bam. Okay? So rhythm shape number 6 is what we call a triplet. And as the name suggests, triplet, tricycle, there's 3 of them. Now the thing about the triplet is the previous 2 rhythm shapes that we've just done, they actually also had 3 drum strikes in there. We had the Lemonade is 3, and strawberry is 3. And for the triplet, we're going to use the word blueberry, which is also 3. But it's what we do with those 3 that gives them their unique characteristics. Now, with our lemonade and with our strawberry, we're using the structure of 4 semiquavers, but we're switching off some of those semiquavers to give it a different characteristic. And so you can feel the break, you can feel where those missed hands are because it creates a break. So now the thing about the triplet, rhythm shape number 6, is that it's continuous. And so there's no break, it continues and it flows. And when you see this triplet written down, just from a notation point of view, it's important to see the bracket number 3. That bracket 3, whenever you see that, it tells you that it is a triplet. I'm going to bring again the bass drum in just to give us a metronome, and you'll notice how these just continue to flow. There's no break. So beat number 1 is going to be right, 2, 3. And beat number 2, it goes left hand, because 3 is an odd number. So the next beat is left hand, left, 2, 3. So we're going to go right, 2, 3, left, 2, 3, right, 2, 3, left, 2, 3. The word blueberry, 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 blueberry. Now this one is probably the most challenging of all of these 6 because, as I've already said, it introduces the odd number, which means that we're having to change our lead hand. Right, 2, 3, left, 2, 3, right, 2, 3, left, 2, 3. Blueberry, blueberry, blueberry. So let's recap where we are. We have our 6 rhythm shapes, individual crotchets. They break into pairs of quavers. That breaks into 4 semiquavers, right, left, right, left. Then we switch off some of those semiquavers. The first one is our lemonade. Notice I'm always leading with the right hand because even though we're missing 1, it's still an even number, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have our strawberry. And number 6 is the triplet, which is continuous, blueberry. Now this is like, I want you to, we talked very often about food. Imagine we now have got 6 ingredients. We've got 6 ingredients available to us and we can do anything we like with these. Now if we were cooking in the kitchen and we had 6 different ingredients, chances are we wouldn't take all 6 of them and put them all in the pot, because if we did, it would be a bit too much. So what a good cook does is they look at the ingredients that's available to them and they make a decision based on their taste buds which ones of these are going to fit in, golden rule number 3, and fit in and work well together. Now musically, I want you to think about doing exactly the same thing. We've got these 6 rhythm shapes. Let's go on the idea that first of all, we're just going to do a nice 4-beat fill clockwise around our 4 drums. First of all, just experimentation. I'm going to make this up completely. I'm going to go Coca-Cola on the snare drum. I'm going to go lemonade on the high tom. I'm going to go strawberry on the second tom, and I'm going to go chocolate. So Coca-Cola, lemonade, strawberry, chocolate. Hopefully you can hear what that's going to sound like. And that was completely randomized, completely made up, but you can see any one of these combinations is going to sound really, really great. Let me just try one more random combination. I'm going to say lemonade, chocolate, strawberry, Coca-Cola. And really, we can't go wrong, okay? So what I want you to do is write these down, okay? It's always important that we have a plan. So if we label these rhythm shapes 1, 2, 3 down to 6, and just write yourself down a 4 combination plan. Completely random to begin with. I'm going to do shape 2, shape 4, shape 5, shape 6, whatever it may be. And just see how you go. Have loads and loads of fun. As always, the ones that you like, make a note, write those down. If it didn't work for you, well done for trying, and just make a note not to try those ones again. So as always, the question is, how do we apply this in practice mode? Make loads of mistakes, have lots and lots of fun, and then develop, as you develop your ideas for your own natural rhythm shapes, Create almost a library for yourself. So when you're playing in a real situation or playing to a backing track, we're creating like a catalogue in our minds of rhythms that you've created that you can draw down. There are so many different combinations, and you want to incorporate the ones that just feel best for you. So thank you so much again, as always, for listening to this video. Keep on practicing, keep on playing, and remember, everything you do, do it like a drummer. We'll see you in the next video.